going on, everybody? Welcome back to another LEGO YouTube video. Today we're going to be making space for the March 1st LEGO set. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to reorganize quite a few things on my LEGO shelf. The big attraction for the March 1st sets, in my opinion, is of course the brand new Medieval Village set that's supposed to accompany the Lion Knight's Castle set that came out in 2022. So I really wanted to make space for that in my LEGO collection. So today we're going to reorganize some things to actually make that possible. And the first thing that came to mind that I thought would free up some space was moving this minifigure display case, because on the back of it there's actually an option to wall mount this. So I figured let's go ahead and do that. That way we're able to free up some of the shelf space and make our walls look a bit more nice. So first what we're gonna have to do is take off all the stuff on this wall, and so now everything is off of the wall here, and now we have some space to reorganize. So we're gonna drill some holes in the wall, so I'm moving all my LEGO sets around here so I can hang up my minifigure display case, and here it is all hung up. I think it looks really impressive on the wall. However, I'm very happy I covered up the Batwing with this paper towel because the dust was just absurd. So we were able to minimize that, and then here's everything else that I was able to hang up over here. So it looks a little cluttered, but I'm happy with it. Starry Night moved down a little bit and it's now right next to the Batwing. So I kind of liked it next to the Jim Lee Batman art, but we really couldn't do that in this current layout. So I'm happy with what I did. And then we've also got Jim Lee Batman right next to the new minifigure display case, which is now wall mounted. So I think this area looks really nice. It's all of the space is now taken up, so we don't have any more space for stuff over here, but it does look nice, it looks full, and I'm happy with the end result. And now we were able to free up some space in the kind of corner unit over here where my castle is, and I'm really excited because I think this gives us just enough space for that brand new medieval market that I was talking about earlier. And we also organized a few other things on this shelf too. First off, I moved the T2 camper van over ever so slightly. That way we could have Home Alone on the center of the shelf over here. And I think it fits in a whole lot better right here than it did before. And we've kind of freed up this corner for the medieval market. So I think that'll fit in really nicely over there. I'm happy to add that to the collection. It's going to be very exciting. And then we moved over the Forest Hideout and Magisto's Magical Workshop all the way to the end over here. And then also what we were able to do with this current layout is we were able to actually fully extend the Lion Knight's Castle so you could see more of the exterior details. So I was really happy with that. You get to see the water wheel in the other half of that cottage inside of the Lion Knight's Castle, so I thought that was great. And then we also made space for the new medieval marketplace. So I'm really happy with this. I'm really proud of it. I think it'll look great once it's all come together. It'll be a nice little medieval display, and I'm really excited for it. I think that's the #1 most anticipated set of March for me. I think the interior details of the set look great. There's some really cool minifigures inside of the set too, and then of course the exterior looks great. I love all of the building techniques that it looks like they use. It looks very similar to the Lion Knight's Castle, but it's different enough to where it will still kind of pop on display, and I'm really excited to get my hands on this set. I love all of the Easter eggs that they have inside of it, and I'm even more excited to discover some for myself as I'm building through the set. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into some of the Star Wars sets for March 1st that I'm planning to buy, and the first one involves the Tantive 4. We're going to have to kind of move some stuff around here to make space for the Boarding the Tantive 4 diorama set that's coming out on March 1st. I think this set is a must-have. I'm so happy that they're finally making it into a LEGO set. I was actually going to make a mock of it, but now I don't have to. That's one of my favorite scenes from all of Star Wars period, so I'm excited to put it in the display, and it's going to go in between the Tantive 4 and my Rebel ships. So what we're going to have to do to actually make space for it is we're going to move all of our Rebel ships over ever so slightly just to make a little bit more space for the Tantive 4 diorama. And here it is. We've made a little bit of space. I think it should fit in there without it being too crowded. Just to make sure though, I'm going to move the Dark Trooper attack set, which is similar in size to the Tantive 4 diorama, and move that in between the Tantive 4 and the Ghost, and it fits in there nicely. I think the Tantive 4 is a little bit bigger, so we might have to play around with it a bit, but I think it'll fit in really great right there. I'm really excited to get my hands on this set. We get a brand new Captain Antilles minifigure. He might be a repeat from the 2019 set, not entirely sure, but this is just one of the most iconic scenes from Star Wars Rogue One in my opinion. And also you get the Fives minifigure too, so that'll be exciting to add to the display. But now that we've made space for that, let's go ahead and get on to the next LEGO Star Wars set that I'm going to be buying. This is the only midi scale set that I plan to get out of the 3 that they're releasing, and it is the Invisible Hand. The other two are great. I just already have models of the Millennium Falcon, and the other one is the Tantive 4, right? And I've already got space for both of them. Well, I've already got sets of both of those, so I don't need the mini scale one. So we're going to make space for the Invisible Hand, and to do that, I'm thinking I'm going to reorganize a few things on my prequel display. I think first off, we're going to swap the brick heads and the kind of bottom shelf of my prequel Star Wars display, and I also want to free up some space near my Venator too, so because I think this would look really cool next to the Venator and the UCS gunship. We've kind of got like the bigger kind of fleet-sized Star Wars ships over here, so I think that'll fit in nice up there, kind of the UCS style Clone Wars era sets, so I'm happy to add that to the display. We were able to keep this small part of the display the same, but we did move a few things down to this shelf down here, so now we have Duel on Mustafar as well as the Obi-Wan Kenobi duel, and we moved to the AAT and that Separatist droid from the new Clone Battle Pack. Also, we moved the brickheads to the very bottom here. They're still visible, and I think they look great, so I'm happy with that change, and that is everything that is going to be new for the Star Wars collection. Hopefully we are able to make space for those sets and I don't have to do too much reorganizing, so let's hope that that actually works out when March 1st does come around. But another new set I want to add to the collection is the LEGO Ninjago Dragon Shrine. I don't usually like the newer Ninjago sets, but this set looks amazing, and I think it'll integrate really nicely next to the Ninjago Markets and Ninjago City. So first, I'm going to have to clear off this shelf that I kind of have just some random LEGO sets on, so we're going to clear that off, and the first thing I did was I moved Kylo Ren's Microfighter down here. This is kind of closer to the Star Wars section, so I thought that fit in nicely. And then we've also got this kind of crossbow from the Trouble on Tatooine set that I needed to repair, so we're going to go ahead and do that in this video. And now we have the crossbow all repaired, so I can take it off of that shelf, and it's got so much detail in it, so I'm happy it's back in the LEGO collection. And we of course have it on my Tatooine display, so right back where it belongs, and I'm happy with that. And we were able to clear off the shelf in the process of that, so now we have just the perfect amount of space for the Dragon Shrine, if not even more than we actually need, which is not a bad thing. And I think this set looks beautiful, so I'm really excited to integrate it into the display. I love that cherry blossom tree, and it just looks really impressive. And another thing I wanted to do was kind of clear off this shelf right here, just so I could have more Star Wars sets if they plan to release new ones, which they definitely will, that I like. So I want to keep that open just for future expansions. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to move this police helicopter because it doesn't really fit in right here. And what I wanted to do is actually display it on top of the police station. So I think it'll look really cool added to the LEGO City, and having it on top of that police station roof I think will just look really nice as if it's chasing that Scarecrow helicopter. So in order to make that possible, what we have to do is we have to go ahead and go into our loose parts area, and we have to grab all of these transparent clear tiles, or not really tiles, but panels, so that we're able to make a stand. And what's good about the police helicopter is it's got a flat base, so it should be really easy to actually add this to the bottom of it and make it nice and sturdy. So here is our base that we have right here, and now we're going to go ahead and take off the police station roof so that we can actually attach our new stand to it. And there it is, nice and sturdy. Here's the police helicopter on top of it, and now let's go ahead and put it in the city. And I think this looks really cool. I'm loving what it looks like here. It looks great. I'm very happy with that placement. We've got it chasing off against the Scarecrow helicopter set that we repaired last week, and I think this looks really good. And even better, we were able to save some space on this little small Star Wars shelf. So that was great, and those are all of the changes that we are making to the LEGO collection in this video. There were definitely a lot. I'm happy to make more space for some new releases because we don't really have that much space. So I really wanted to kind of utilize some of the areas in my LEGO collection that probably could have fit a bit more sets if I got creative, and that's just what we did in this video. So let's go over everything we did one last time. We've got, of course, the new shelf above my desk. We moved Home Alone over to the center over here, which is one of the bigger changes with this. We were able to free up this corner area for the new medieval markets, and then we were also able to extend out the Lion Knight's castle so that it was able to fully be displayed. And then we also moved a few sets over here. We moved Starry Night, so it's lower and next to the Batwing. We moved the Jim Lee Batman art ever so slightly, just so that we can make space for this minifigure display case, which I'm very happy I was able to wall mount it. I think it looks really nice in its current setup, and I love how that looks. And then we also freed up some space by the UCS Venator and the UCS Gunship for the new MIDI scale Invisible Hand set. We were able to move over some of the Rebel ships to make space for the new Tantive 4 diorama, so I'm happy with that. We also moved this crossbow over by Tatooine, which of course frees up some more space in our LEGO collection. And then we moved over these two Star Wars shelves to make space for for some more of the Star Wars releases. More specifically, we moved the brickheads down here too, so this was all just for the Invisible Hand expansion. And then we also freed up this shelf next to the Ninjago City so that we could have the Dragon Rising Shrine on it. And then we've also got space for more Star Wars sets below it, and we moved the police helicopter on the very top of the police station over here. So some really cool changes in this video. I'm really happy with everything we were able to do. I always love freeing up more space in the LEGO room. It feels very satisfying once you actually do free up space. So I'm very happy with the progress that we made in this video, and I'm even more excited to actually get my hands on some of the March sets. I feel like it's very rare that the March releases are better than the January releases, but this year's January lineup really wasn't that great, but I feel like they really made up for it with the March sets, and I'm really excited to get those built up and placed in the LEGO room, so stay tuned for updates on those when those sets do come out. But that is all for today, so thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video and comment what you thought of the changes, but that is all for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out. Bye.